What is going on, city of Los Angeles? Your budget is in a free fall. You are $1 billion in the hole. And what does that mean for LAPD? We're going to talk about that. I get questions from LAPD sworn, LAPD recruits, and candidates who are right, they're right to be concerned, right? Because the hiring process is in jeopardy right now. So I'm going to take these things one at a time. LAPD applicants. The calls I get from them are what's going to happen with LAPD, the application process. And I will tell you this: the news accounts are likening this to the 2008 recession. And in 2008, personnel got disseminated. And so I will tell you this: in 2008, when we were working full time with a full crew, we had interview specialists, the ones that did the application reviews. They would come in, turn in their PHS, and then the interview specialists would review them. All of the interview specialists got laid off. We had part-time background investigators. All of them got laid off, and we lost 10 full-time background investigators. We were operating with a skeleton crew, but LAPD kept hiring in 2008. If you guys remember that, that was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad time. One thing about the LAPD hiring process is that you can't shut it down. It's a massive, huge process. You've got a few thousand applicants in the pipeline at any given time. You just can't shut it down because imagine a hiring process that big, and you just all of a sudden you told everybody turn off your computers and go home, and they were gone for who knows months. Who knows how long it would take if you had to shut down the hiring process and just kick everybody out of the building, and then you call them back. Who knows how long later, and then you say, okay, everybody gear back up. Can you imagine a monumental task that would be to get a machine that is that huge, that involved that many people to try and just, let's start again? It would be impossible to do that. So they can't stop hiring. LAPD, during this fiscal nightmare that they're going through, they plan to lay off 403 civilians. Now, the city of Los Angeles is claiming that citywide, they're planning on laying off 1,650 city workers. The city's claiming that a fourth of them are at LAPD. The city's also saying that 1,100 of those positions are unfilled. So there's nobody working them anyways. So that leaves some 550 positions that throughout the city, there's supposed to be actual layoffs of people that will be sent home. What does that mean for LAPD? They're going to have to fill those positions somewhere. There's a lot of critical positions on LAPD that if they lay them off, who's going to fill those positions? Who's going to do that job? Yep, probably sworn officers, because right now there are sworn officers doing civilian jobs. So imagine if they laid off a few hundred of them, and the position still had to be filled, the job still had to be done, but there were no civilians to do it. They're gonna call on sworn to do that. By a mid 2026, they got a big, huge problem. Officers are leaving in droves still since 2020. 5 years ago, LAPD had 10,000 officers. Today, they have 8,620 officers. By mid 2026, they're projected to have 8,564. Let me just say that again, and then you think about that. 8,564 officers projected by mid 2026. 5 years ago, they had 10,000. So, will LAPD have a hiring freeze? Maybe. Maybe not. What does that mean? What does that mean when LAPD says we're having a hiring freeze? Basically, it normally means that they are just not hiring extra officers; they're hiring them to attrition. Right now, they can't keep up with attrition. Have they ever shut down the academy? They did one time that I remember in the 80s. I don't remember what was going on, but they were actually sending the instructors. I worked with a shooting a shooting range master who had no job at the academy, and they sent him to the field for a few months because they actually shut down the academy. Although, other than that, I've never seen that happen before where they shut down the academy. So, will LAPD have a hiring freeze? Unlikely. Even if they call themselves having a hiring freeze, there's that doesn't mean they're going to stop hiring. LAPD is likely not going to shut down the hiring process. And what does this mean for LAPD officers? What's interesting, if you read the budget or you read the news and stuff like that, they'll tell you that the LAPD's budget for 26 was approved at $2.14 billion, which is an 8.1% increase from the previous year. It's $160 million more than the year before. So, what are they going to do with this $160 million raise? Well, we don't know yet. I don't even know what that means. But I do know that the unions have come out around the city and they said, we're not giving up our raises that we got already approved. They're not going to give the raises. So what they're talking about, what the city is talking about is foregoing the raises and then other non-critical personnel taking furlough days. We took furlough days in 2008 as well. So what does this all mean? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. But that's all the information that I have right now. So take that for what you will. And, as time goes on, we'll go ahead and I'll keep you as informed as possible. All right, I'm out.